In Goblin King is Angry, you will control a legion of goblins trying to topple over the castle in the center of the board. The game ends when there are 5 times the number of players and goblins around the castle. So in a 3-player game, 15 goblins total. Before we begin, I want to mention that this is a prototype and art and quality will be better in the final production. Let's jump into setup. Deal each player a Goblin General card at random. Each player chooses a starting encampment. If there are 3 players, players should have 1 unused encampment between them. If there are 4 players, there should be 2 players on each side across from each other. Each player takes a set of colored goblins represented by cubes matching their encampment color. Shuffle the castle deck and place it on the castle tile in the center of the board. Separate the castle tokens by type and set them next to the board as well in reach of all players. Give each player 3 stones, placing the remaining stone tokens next to the board in a pool. Randomly determine who will have the King's Ear at the start of the game, and give that player the King's Ear token. You're now ready to play. The first phase of a round is to deploy goblins and upgrade them by spending stones. Each player will do this in clockwise order. You can deploy for free and then more at the cost of 1 stone each. The upgraded goblins are hobgoblins and ogrins, which are represented by larger cubes and count as 2 or 4 goblins. Once each general has deployed and upgraded, we move to the movement and attack phase. Here, all players will move their goblin closer to the castle by 1 space, unless they are adjacent to a unit token which doesn't allow them to move. Each player will do this without having more than 4 goblins in 1 hex. Once all goblins have moved, we check to see if there is enough goblins at a unit to destroy it. If so, the general with the most goblins there receives a stone as a reward and the token is removed from the board. If your movement of goblin makes you have enough around the castle, you win. If not, we move on to the next phase, drawing the top card of the castle. The first player draws a card for free and can hold it or play it. Then we go around the table and players can buy a card or pass. The cost of the card is 1 stone and increased by 1 every time a card is bought. Keep going around the table until all players have passed. Again, cards can be held or played. Keep in mind though, your maximum hand size is 2. These cards will have actions like placing barricades, killing goblins, placing enemy units, etc. When done, we move on to the castle attack phase, which kills off 1 goblin in each adjacent hex. There might also be units like knights and archers who might kill off more goblin and take down bigger hobgoblins. Once the castle and units attacked, we end the round by passing the King's Ear and each player receives a stone. Play until you reach enough goblins around the castle, and the player who reaches there last wins. Even if it's his only goblin, he's the hero of the story. This game is innovative, fun, and has a take that element we love, not to mention the winning condition is refreshing in that it's not victory points, but simple win or lose. Check out The Goblin King is Angry on Kickstarter for more information, and as always, if you like it, back it.